Ryan Johnson is up next. Thank you. Really quick, I want to say thanks again to Internet Solver for the internet, which is not broken once today. This is the first conference I've ever been to where the internet actually works. Thank you. Still have a few hours left. We can try to break it, though, so let's go for it. Start downloading some videos. Yeah, let's go to Ryan.
And I have a Ryan.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a Ryan story. I actually had a problem. I couldn't figure out how to code something for Facebook, and I Googled it and found Ryan, and he answered me for free. Sent me an email, said, "Here's your answer." All yours.
Yeah, I'm just kind of crazy like that. I have random spouts of good intentions. And, well, I like the idea of blogging. I'm nuts about it, but I'm more of a strategy kind of guy. So when it comes to setting out a bunch of content piece by piece, I don't like to go with that blank page as much as I like just going on Facebook and seeing somebody ask a guru a question, and then the guru just kind of snubs them and be like, aha, this is the perfect opportunity to make somebody's day. and I learned that that's the right direction to do it in, because I have a story that you read in the program, or a little description that says I had one big, juicy, fat failure with Twitter, and it cost me like the most embarrassing week of my life. And this was, I was working and running a nationwide real estate investing education company, more or less, director of their marketing. And we thought we had this most brilliant idea 3 years ago that we could use Twilio, categorically find all the people that we wanted to target to kind of make them follow us, because at the time the trend was follow backs. So for a whole week, I'm spending all my free time, all my time at work on this single mission when I could have been doing such better things. We got the page up, or we got our Twitter account up to like 5,000 followers, but it was worthless. I mean, on Facebook, that stuff was working out because we always followed it up with good content, and we shared a lot of other people's stuff, which today is standard, but like 3 years ago, it was still kind of like the Wild West. Well, that account of mine that had 5,000 followers was just absolutely useless. And now I find out that you can basically kind of do the same thing with Facebook, where if you just want to look big with big fat numbers, you can pay about $50 for 500 new fans. So quantity doesn't really count all that much more, and I think sooner or later it will become synonymous with, is this guy legit? Because it seems like a lot more people have a lot of followers than they should have, because they don't really provide anything worth following. Well, when it comes to social media, I'm more of a SEO, get to the top of Google kind of guy. But there's a crossover with people who game the system. There's black hats and there's white hats. And the black hats do things that artificially make them look better. Bigger numbers, or they get right to the top of the front page, because that's where all the traffic and ultimately where all the money is, because they get those leads and then they have leads, and leads are worth money. So they outrank somebody, and then they contact the guy that they just outranked and offer themselves as a marketing service by selling them the leads that they basically stole from that company in the first place. Well, that happens a lot in social media too, where a lot of stuff is being outsourced. And there's a lot of people that have passed themselves off as social media experts, but they're not. They actually bought some sort of course that taught them how to pass themselves off as a social media expert, and then they basically just turn around and outsource it, so somebody in the Philippines for $2 an hour will basically go do all that follow-back begging for them. And when it comes to convincing your clients, this is why you need to get on social media. You want to diffuse the quantity idea, because good work doesn't come quick, especially when you're planning things out, and in the end, that your social media basically becomes a funnel, or a funnel within your sales funnel. And I don't know, it kind of breaks my heart that the new Facebook groups, or the old ones, have gone away, because those were great. Direct contact all the way through. But one thing that I really want to point out is I always get asked the question, how long will it take you to get me 500, new likes? And I'll tell them a week, and I'll charge you $500. And then they think about it, and then I tell them, well, what I'm really going to do is I can get you those 500 likes, but I'm really just going to pay $50, and that's how the game works. And that sets a really bad tone if you don't do something like that, because if you don't address it directly off the bat, they're going to be thinking about that in the back of their mind. And we know as marketers that the more time somebody's exposed to something, the more likely they are to follow with it. Well, that's kind of the game that those guys play, is they automate everything. They know all the contact routes, and they know all the kinds of funnels that work, because they study the funnels, not how to make great content. And they get to where they're going by mimicking. Well, that is not something that's going to last forever. And it's kind of our job, as we understand that kind of thing, that if we don't get to them and make them see the actual value in social media, then they're going to be more and more likely to think, maybe I'll just spend $50 on those 500 fans. And then they're going to be playing that kind of game. And if you add like 500 extra fans, that really screws up your analytics. Because when you're first getting those initial 25 likes to your Facebook page, or those new followers, your main concern is, what's grabbing the most of them? And then you want to communicate with them, because your first followers are going to be people that have been following you and just so happen to have finally been exposed to your Twitter account or your Facebook page. So there's a lot of concerns that I have about social media, people not seeing the social networking side of it, because that's how business people see it. And I think it's really, really interesting how I looked through the entire program. I didn't see social media referred to as social networking once. I saw all sorts of synonymous terms for social media, but social networking itself was never mentioned. Even in my description, I forgot to mention it, because I kind of had an idea of the tone that this was going to be. But from the business owner's point of view, what they see in social media is, what's my return or long-term benefit, or ROI is, when you talk to them about ROI, you're speaking their language, and that's something that you want to keep them in tune with. But you also have the enormous task of explaining to them, your business might just not have anything to do with social media. I mean, if you're a foreclosure company, nobody's going to like your Facebook page when they're going into foreclosure, because it's socially unacceptable. You don't tell everybody in the world, including your parents, your friends, and your family, and your network, I can afford my house. But, for as many things like there's pay-per-click and SEO and content strategy and backlinks, the internet marketing isn't a business model in and of itself. So when you're also addressing new customers, you want to get aligned to see if this is like their last-ditch effort, or if this is what they're hoping will turn it all around. And when you want to answer that kind of question for them, you want to figure out how their business is actually doing and what's up, because social media is a lengthy process, and if it's not the right remedy, then you could pretty much be sending them down the wrong path, when in turn what you think and what you really want to do is help them. So be considerate of the customers, and then your job is to make the customers and everybody in social media land see the true value of the company that you're representing. Everything else just should fall in line with that, and if it doesn't, it's not sustainable. That's all I got.
You want to give out your email to everybody for that SEO book? Or how do you want to do that? He's got an SEO book for everybody here. Actually, why don't you just drop him a card, catch him later in the hallway. How's that?
Drop me a card.
Thank you, Ryan.
Better yet,